Alright, grade 12. I hope you are all doing well. And in this tutorial, I'm going to take you through financial mathematics. And I'd like to advise you also that be with me until the end of this session, since I'm going to share some ideas that I have in this chapter or session. All right, and I hope pen, pencil, notebook are ready there. Ready, just prepare your pen, pencil, and notebook since I am going to start just now. And of course, if you will need some further assistance with mathematics, do not hesitate to hit me on my email as you can see here, info at petutoring.ca.za, or you can also contact on my number 071 All right. Without taking any copies of time, just allow me to take you through the concept quickly. So when we talk about financial mathematics, we deal with the keywords, the definition, the definitions actually. There are some of the definitions that you have to familiarize yourself with if you want to enjoy financial mathematics. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you all these definitions that you have to master before anything else. The definitions that I'm talking about here are as follows. All right, we use the capital letters here: A, I, N, P, P, and let me focus my camera a bit. X. Lastly, we have got F. I'm going to elaborate. Just now. So this capital letter A that you're seeing here, it is representing the final amount. Final amount. It's final amount. Do not worry, I'm going to explain more further about this when I take you further through this. So the capital letter A, just allow me to write all the definitions down, then I will explain thereafter. This small letter I, it is representing the interest rate, where N, it is representing the number of times interest is calculated. I hope my handwriting is visible here, my scroll handwriting here, but I hope it is clear to you all. So we have got this P here, which is representing the principal value. We have got this P here, which is representing the present value. Then X, alphabet X, it is representing the installment. Lastly, we have got F, which is representing the future value. All right, these are the definitions that you have to master if you are dealing with financial mathematics. We don't have much, but if you familiarize yourself with these informations that I'm giving it to you here, it is where you will see that you will enjoy financial mathematics. Okay, let us start with the value A here. As you can see, I defined it as the final amount. You might be asking yourself, well, what is the final amount? Final amount for what? All right, this final amount, you can get it. Maybe you are doing some investment, maybe an amount, a particular amount. It is an invested for a particular period as well, in order for you to reach a certain final amount. So that certain final amount, it is represented by capital letter A here. All right, so we also have the interest rate. Like as I said, if you are dealing with the investment, you're investing amount at a certain period. Of course, in order for that amount invested to escalate to reach this final amount, we must have this interest rate. All right, and representing the number of times interest is calculated. Uh, it's just a period. This one, the number of period you wish to invest a particular amount, maybe 2 years, 6 years, yeah, something like that. Do not worry about this. P, which is representing the principal value, and we also have the P representing the present value. You might be asking yourself that what's the difference between these two? Because they are P's. There's the principal value and the present value. All right. These are the two different things, right? Principal value is the amount that you wish to invest, the amount that you are investing into an account into a certain period. Maybe if you are dealing with the ordinary investment, mostly we find this principal value if you are dealing with the ordinary investment for compound interest. You are investing that amount you are investing, we call it is a principal value. So the present value, you will find it when you are dealing with the loans stuff. You will see when I show you the formulas. So the second number last, the X, it is representing the installment. Installment, uh, depending what kind of installment, right? It might be a car, it might be a loan, it might be the investment, but the installment here is the one that you will keep on paying each and every month, right? To reach a certain period, okay? For repayments of the loan or for the investment. Uh, this F, which is representing your future value, the amount that you're going to get after a certain period and installment have been made. All right. Okay. So far so good. These are the definitions that you have to master if you are dealing with financial mathematics. So what I'm going to do now is to take you through the formulas to identify which formula to use. Where do we use this formula? What is it that we have to check in order for us to select this particular formula? I think this is exactly what is giving you more challenge in exam room. Okay, so let me remove this quickly. Okay, so you have to always ask yourself this. Let me write it down. You have to always ask yourself this. You might be asking yourself, okay, what is it that I should ask myself about? Because when I approach the question, I just have to read the scenario and approach the question. This is another strategy for you to enjoy financial mathematics. So you always ask yourself, what is there any installment or not? Where on your given information, right? Okay, you ask yourself this. Is there an installment or not? And of course, the answer is going to be yes or no, right? So you have to know all these two conditions. Okay, what must I do if the answer is yes? What must I do if the answer is no? All right, let me put it inside a box. Okay, so interesting. So interesting. So let us start with the answer. Let us assume that, for instance, the answer it is no installment. What do we do if there is no installment in our information? It's just precisely directing you to these two formulas to use. In fact, if you are focusing on the information where you don't have installment, So the right formulas to use, it can either simple interest, uh, noted as P1 plus I multiplied by N. This is the simplest interest formula. We use it if we don't have any installment that have been made, or whatever statement that is talking about an installment. If it's not the simple interest, it would be the compound interest here. It would be the compound interest, having a formula A equals to P into 1 plus I to the power of N. So if we are not given the installment, these are the two formulas that you should focus on. In order for you to see whether it's the simple interest or compound interest, it will be given, they will specify to you. So you will hear they say it in the simple interest or compounded. It is where you can able to differentiate those two formulas. All right. So in a situation where you have got an installment in your scenario, what do you do? These are the right formulas to consider. You use the future value. Having a formula f equals to x square brackets into 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1. Everything divided by I. Or you use present value formula. Value formula, you will see it by this. P equals to x into square bracket 1 minus into 1 plus I to the power of negative n here. Square brackets, everything divided by interest. Okay. I think I summarize it. I think it is clear to every one of you, right? Here are the informations that you have to check as always, right, before you attempt the question. Okay, if you are dealing with the installments, you go with the future value or present value. If there is no installment, you go with the simple interest or compound interest. They will specify to you whether when to use the simple interest or compound interest. Okay, but when it comes to the installment questions, you have to understand what is the difference between future value and present value. So the future value actually deals with the investments, sinking funds, annuities. When it's come to present, we deal with the loans, or maybe when you have just money in the account or in the bank, you want to withdraw the money as well. So you go with the present value. But I'd like to elaborate more about these installments, or all about these two formulas, when to apply them. Right. Let me delete this quickly. I'll start with the future value formula. A future value formula, like as I indicated, is denoted as x into 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1. Everything divided by I. Putting into considerations that this x, it is still representing the installment, guys. All right, this f future value. All right, so when do we use this? We use this formula for the following: investments, sinking funds, and together with the annuities. There we go. This is all about the future value. So if you hear about the part of investments, sinking funds, annuities, means future value. All right. Present value formula. for present value formula, like okay, as I indicated as well, it is denoted as the P into 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n, everything divided by I, where X is still representing the installment, P representing the present value. But we use this formula for what? We use this formula for loans. Okay, if you're dealing with the loan stuff, repayments of the loans, it's go with the present value. Hey, I hate this one. I'd rather go with the future value. Okay, so in a situation when let's just assume you have, yes, money in the bank, and you want to withdraw money. All right, you go with this present value formula. All right, I hope you are enjoying finance, you guys. I hope you are enjoying finance, you guys. But however, these are not the only formulas we have. Actually, I'm still going to show you more formulas to consider in financial mathematics. Okay, so there's a part of dealing with the balance as well, right? You might be looking for the balance for the repayments of the loan or for the investment. However, so when we talk about balance, what is a balance first? You have to know that balance is just an amount that you have where in an account, or you owe the bank. Yeah, at a specific time. Okay, that is the meaning of the balance. Sorry about my handwriting, guys. My handwriting, it's very bad. Okay, don't worry. Right, so we have got some information that you have to consider when you are dealing with the balance. Number one, if the total number of payments is known, the total number of payments is known, to calculate the balance, you use this formula. You know it very well, this formula. This formula is for present value, right? Why do we use this formula? It's because the number of payments is known here. But do not confuse yourself with this. The number of payments is known, and look at this, the two informations. Okay, just allow me to finish this. N is the number of payments left. So if you want to grab it fast, you can go with this information, that this formula you use it if the number of payments left you have. So that's exactly the statement saying if the total number of payments is known. This is the right formula for you to calculate the balance. So case number 2, for calculating the balance, if the total number of payments is not known, good, it is not known, yeah, you should go with this formula to calculate balance. Balance, it's going to be this P into 1 plus I to the power of n minus x into 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1. Everything divided by I. Where this n, these two n's, right? It's not only this, it's not only this. We're talking about all of this. In fact, it's the same stuff. N representing the number of payments already made. All right, I'm not answering, I'm not taking down any question. I'm showing you the concept, guys, so that you can know what to use, which formula to use in the exam. You don't have to use the wrong formula, whereas you have got the summarized concept here. So do not worry about attempting the questions. I'm still going to take another video separate where I'll be just showing you how to approach the question, right? For now, just allow me to share what I have based on the concept, right? Okay, I'm not yet done. Let me remove this. All right. We are going further. We are almost there. Sorry. Again, we have got the last installment on a loan. sorry. Instead of the balance, we have got the last installment on a loan. Sometimes they can say calculate the last installment on a loan. So you feel like, I don't know which formula to use now. What's happening here? So this is the right formula to use. Do not stress. You're going to say x square brackets 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n, close brackets. Then everything inside here divided by I. Then you're going to multiply it by this interest component of I, right, without having n on top, right, where this n is still representing the number of payments left. Do not forget that this is representing the number of payments left. Okay, this is not only formula we have. Okay, we still have another formula here. You can use this one or this one. This long formula p into 1 plus I to the power of n minus x square brackets into 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1. Everything divided by I multiplied by 1 plus I. So this is another formula you can use. But when do we use this formula? This n is representing the same stuff, where the number of payments already made, you're gonna use this formula. But if the number of payments left, you're gonna use the first formula to calculate the last installment on a loan, right? So lastly, we also have the part of last payment in the case of sinking funds or an investment, right? Then this is the part of the future value. So you're gonna say a minus into x square brackets 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1. Everything divided by I multiplied by 1 plus n. There we go. This formula, we use it when you are calculating the last payment in the case of an investment or the sinking funds, right? This is the right formula for you to go with it. Okay. Then lastly, we have got the part of converting the effective to the nominal or nominal to effective, right? this formula denoted as the effective rate, which is it can also be converted back from nominal rate. But mostly on your exam, you find that you are given the nominal rate. They want you just to calculate the effective rate. So which formula do we use? Effective represented by 1 plus IEFF, representing the effective interest, equals to 1 plus the nominal I know divided by n to the power of n. Right, there we go. I hope you know this formula. And remember guys, it's not like it's for the first time seeing this formula. What I'm doing in this video, I'm showing you how to use this formula actually, because some of you don't know how to interpret the formula. Just select, or maybe this one can work for me. No, let me crash and select this other formula, and you don't have that time on your exam room. Okay, so I'm trying to show you how do we use this formula and when do we use this formula. So guys, let us meet again. On my second video, I'll be presenting, or I'll be showing you how to tackle down any question based on financial mathematics. Since we are done with our concept, just enjoy the concept guys, and keep on working very much harder since your exam is around the corner guys. Goodbye.